Hello, how is everybody today? Hope you're having a wonderful day. It is Wednesday's Wisdom. We're going to share a few tips and tricks and strategies about fiber. And what do you think fiber is about anyway? What do you think it is? Let me know down there. If you are tuning in here for the very first time, there's a link up above. It says StreamYard. You'll see the little icon up here in the corner, there in the corner. And this is a third-party software here that I'm using, and you might just have to give it permission for me to see your little profile picture pop up on the screen if this is your very first time here. And like I said, we are going to talk what is fiber anyway, so I'm just going to pull up this little ticker tape here, and it's going to go across the bottom there. What is fiber anyway? And before we go any further with that, welcome to my community where I create a healthier you. My name is Heather Edmondson, as it says right there. And this is my little area where I try to pass along some tips and strategies and suggestions about health and wellness. And I do that through coaching, mentorship, and accountability. So let's go kick those sugar cravings to the curb and let's try and build the healthiest body for you that we are able to. So like I said, we're going to discuss a little bit about fiber and what it can do for us and what it is all about. So I actually looked up the definition of what fiber is. And it's a complex carbohydrate, which is a type of sugar, but is unlike any other carbohydrate, which is broken down by the body to provide fuel in the form of glucose. And the glucose is what makes your muscles work and your heart pump and all of those wonderful things. So a few fun facts here. Men need about 35 grams of fiber in a day, and that's just a minimum. And women need about 25 milligrams of fiber in a day on average. So that's what we kind of shoot for. Where do you think we can find some of those really good sources of fiber for our diet? So fiber is found in fruits and raw vegetables, things like granola, so all your whole grains. Really good sources of fiber are in your fruit, your apples, raspberries, pears. Nuts are a really good source as well. You just got to be careful how many nuts you have because of the fat content. Any kinds of whole grains, oatmeal, pears, legumes. Avocado is a really good one for fiber as well. But then again, too, it has the fat content in it, but it's a good healthy fat. So you just have to have it in moderation, just so you're aware of that. So like again, I looked up another definition of it from the actual dictionary here. And so dietary fiber is the roughage in the portion of the plant that can't be broken down properly by the human digestive tract and the enzymes. So that's another fun fact about it. So like I said, there are two types of fiber. There's insoluble and soluble fiber, and a lot of the above mentioned items that I just told you about have both insoluble and soluble in those types of foods there. So we're just going to keep it quick and short here because I know I'm respecting everybody's time and time commitments, and I was running to get on here because I was doing some education as well after having a splitting headache again today. I don't know what's going on with me. So you want to use about you want to have your carbohydrates in balance with your fat and your protein in your diet to make up the proper structure that you need to eat. So a really good thing, or a really good habit that I might suggest that we can all maybe implement into our lives to help us keep a little bit more on track with a healthy routine is the night before, grab out your little FitnessPal on your phone. If you have FitnessPal on your phone, and plug in the meals that you are planning to have and plan out the strategy that you're going to have for the following day. And then you don't have to really think about it. It's like when I have to go to work the next day, I put out my uniforms the night before, I put out my workout clothes, and then I can just jump out of bed and I can kind of carry on my day without actually having to really get my brain in gear and think about it. So it's the same thing with your food. If you prep your food either on the weekend, it depends on what schedule you're on the weekend, or like I said, the night before, or even in the snippets of time that you might have through the day. If you're somebody that's able to come home throughout your work period, or you work from home, in those little snapshots of time, you can actually prep your meals. You can set a timer and say, I'm going to work on this for 15 or 20 minutes, and then you can go back to your computer if you're somebody that works from home. So that's just a suggestion I thought I'd throw out there. And then you're not trying to do it all before you're trying to go to bed. you're like, oh my goodness, I'm so tired and I need to get to bed, but I still need to prep my food for the next day and I still need to figure out what I'm going to eat. If you can figure out your menu plan maybe for the whole week or those kinds of things, then you can actually shop for what you need for that menu plan and you can be a little bit more on track. And I know that takes organization and skills and you have to think about it for a little bit. But if we kind of get and establish a good habit by doing that, then maybe that will be helpful in the long run. So you have to have the basic structure and you can switch out what kinds of proteins that you're going to have. Say you're going to have a rice and you don't want to have the same dish every week, every meal for the week. You can switch out your protein to maybe salmon, or how about bison, or about a leaner red meat, or some of your fish or your other fish, or how about chicken or pork, or if you're more into the vegan type thing, you could use the tofu. So those are just a few suggestions as well. And then combine your protein with your vegetable and then have your fruit for a dessert. So what you say, what do we do when we have to travel from point A to point B and we want to still keep on track with our eating plan, or if we're not able to maybe come home for lunch, or we don't eat out of the home and we don't want to be stopping, pardon me, don't want to be stopping and grabbing fast food, then again, it takes a little bit of planning and preparation. And you can buy those really cool little coolers now that you can put portions of containers in, portion out your meals, and take those along with you in the vehicle, or when you're traveling, or even if you're working out of the home during the day. Pack your lunch the night before, or get everything ready in the fridge and then just throw it into your cooler and away you go. So there's no excuse to not have a good, healthy mixture of what you need. It just takes planning, and planning is everything. So you can make a schedule for the whole month if you wanted to, or what you're going to eat for your whole eating plan, if you wanted to be that organized. So those are just a few tips and suggestions that I wanted to pass along your way. So you can try and keep as close to your lifestyle by the meal choices that you're going to make, and maybe just tweak things a little bit here and there, especially if you're getting together with the family. Although we're not allowed to get together right now with everything going on, but maybe your family's got this special dish that they like to make all the time. And if you make a few little tweaks to it, it might not be as high in fat or as high in sugar. So there are options, and you can make those choices. It's all up to you. So if it's going to be too hard to do and it takes too much brain work to figure that out, then you're not going to follow through with what you're trying to do. So another part of it is, how much sleep are you getting in the day, or through the night, I guess I should say. Because if your body isn't getting enough sleep, it's not repairing your muscles when you're working out. It's not setting you up for a good start to the next day. So meal prep in snapshots of time, like I said, throughout the day, if you are working from home, or if you have the ability to come home in different parts of your day, make those little preparations, and then don't have to do it all the night before you have the meal the next day, or prep it all on the weekend, and then you can just have options in your fridge that you can grab 1, 2, or 3 different items and throw it together and have your meal ready. So I got this all from my coach, and that's on a fitness app that I have through my company that I'm with. And if you want some more information about that, I'd be happy to share that along to you, or pass that along to you. And hope you guys have a wonderful day, whatever time of the day it is for you, and the rest of your day. Enjoy yourselves, and we will check you all on this page again for Food Fun Friday on Friday. So have yourself a good one. Bye-bye for now.